Imagine walking through your grocery store with two different shoppers. The first fills the cart with whatever catches their eye. The second quietly reaches for the same handful of items every single week. Nothing flashy. Nothing expensive. Just practical groceries that help stretch the budget, build a reliable pantry, and prepare for unexpected situations. Which family do you think is better prepared 6 months from now? The answer might surprise you. Smart families don't wait for empty shelves. They don't panic when prices suddenly rise. And they don't scramble to buy groceries after hearing breaking news about shortages or inflation. Instead, they build their pantry one shopping trip at a time. One extra can. One extra bag. One extra bottle. Small decisions made consistently often become a family's greatest advantage. Today's countdown isn't about luxury foods. It's about practical grocery items that experienced shoppers buy week after week because they know these products offer value, versatility, and long-term peace of mind. Some help reduce grocery bills. Some store for months or even years. And others can become lifesavers when unexpected disruptions affect your local supermarket. By the time we reach number 1, you'll discover the grocery item that many preparedness-minded families refuse to run out of, no matter what's happening in the economy. Before we begin, if you enjoy preparedness, grocery savings, pantry organization, and practical food storage tips, subscribe to Prepper Pulse and turn on notifications. Every week, we share simple strategies to help you stay prepared without overspending. Now, let's begin with grocery item number 12. Number 12. Canned beans. Starting our countdown at number 12 is one of the smartest and most affordable foods you can place in your grocery cart every week. Canned beans. Black beans. Pinto beans. Kidney beans. Navy beans. Chickpeas. No matter which variety you choose, they all have one thing in common. They deliver an incredible amount of nutrition for a relatively low cost. Beans are packed with protein, fiber, complex carbohydrates, iron, and other essential nutrients that help keep meals filling and satisfying. That's one reason smart families continue buying them week after week. But nutrition is only part of the story. Convenience is another huge advantage. Unlike dry beans, canned beans are already cooked. Open the can. Drain if necessary. And they're ready to add to soups, chili, tacos, salads, casseroles, pasta dishes, or rice. When life gets busy, that convenience can save both time and money by reducing the temptation to order takeout. Another reason experienced shoppers like canned beans is their impressive shelf life. When stored in a cool, dry place, they can remain usable for years. That means every grocery trip becomes an opportunity to strengthen the pantry without creating waste. If a family buys just 1 or 2 extra cans each week, those small purchases can build a dependable emergency food supply over time. Canned beans are also incredibly versatile. They pair well with rice, pasta, vegetables, ground beef, chicken, or canned tomatoes. Even when fresh groceries become expensive, a few simple pantry ingredients can still create nutritious meals. Price stability is another benefit. While many grocery items experience sharp price swings, canned beans often remain one of the most affordable sources of protein in the store. Watching for sales and buying a few extra cans during discounts helps stretch the grocery budget even further. Preparedness-minded families also understand the importance of rotation. Instead of storing food and forgetting about it, they regularly use the oldest cans first and replace them during normal shopping trips. That keeps the pantry fresh while ensuring emergency supplies are always available if needed. Canned beans earn the number 12 spot because they're affordable, nutritious, easy to prepare, store exceptionally well, and provide tremendous flexibility for everyday meals. But the next grocery item on our countdown is something nearly every family uses without thinking twice. It's inexpensive, lasts a long time, and becomes one of the first foods people reach for whenever uncertainty begins to grow. Number 11. Pasta. At number 11 is one of the most dependable pantry staples you can buy. Pasta. It has been a favorite of smart families for generations because it checks almost every box. It's affordable, easy to prepare, stores for a long time, and can become the foundation of dozens of different meals. Walk through any grocery store and you'll find shelves filled with spaghetti, penne, rotini, macaroni, fettuccine, lasagna noodles, and countless other varieties. No matter which type you choose, pasta offers incredible value for the money. One box can feed an entire family with just a few additional ingredients. Pair it with canned tomatoes, ground beef, chicken, cheese, vegetables, or simply butter and seasonings. The possibilities are nearly endless. That's one reason experienced shoppers make sure pasta is always part of their weekly grocery trip. Another advantage is its long shelf life. Dry pasta can stay in excellent condition for years when stored in a cool, dry place. Unlike many fresh foods, there's no pressure to use it immediately. That makes it ideal for families who want to build a reliable pantry without worrying about food going to waste. Pasta also helps reduce grocery costs. When meat prices rise, a pasta-based meal can stretch smaller portions of protein much further. Adding beans, frozen vegetables, or homemade sauces creates filling dinners without placing extra pressure on the budget. During times of uncertainty, pasta is often one of the first grocery items people buy in large quantities. Because it's inexpensive and stores so well, shelves can empty surprisingly fast whenever shoppers become concerned about shortages or rising prices. Smart families don't wait for that to happen. Instead, they simply add 1 or 2 extra boxes during regular shopping trips. Those small purchases gradually build a pantry that can provide weeks of easy meals if needed. Rotation is simple. Use the oldest boxes first. Replace them during your next grocery run. That way your emergency supply naturally becomes part of your everyday cooking. Preparedness works best when it fits into your normal routine. Pasta earns the number 11 spot because it's affordable, versatile, easy to store, and one of the most practical foods any family can keep on hand. But the next grocery item on our countdown is even more important. It's found in nearly every kitchen, used almost every single day, and smart families rarely allow themselves to run low because it quietly supports hundreds of different recipes. Number 10. Peanut butter. At number 10 is a grocery item that smart families almost always keep in the pantry. Peanut butter. It may look like an ordinary jar sitting on the shelf, but it delivers an incredible combination of nutrition, convenience, and value. Peanut butter is packed with protein, healthy fats, and calories that help keep you full for longer. That makes it an excellent choice for busy mornings, quick lunches, after-school snacks, and emergency situations. One of its biggest advantages is versatility. Spread it on bread. Add it to oatmeal. Blend it into smoothies. Use it in baking. Pair it with apples or bananas. Or simply enjoy a spoonful when you need a quick source of energy. A single jar can be used in dozens of different ways. Another reason smart families buy peanut butter every week is its shelf life. Unlike many refrigerated foods, unopened jars can last for months when stored in a cool, dry pantry. That means you can gradually build a backup supply without worrying about it spoiling quickly. Peanut butter is also one of the most cost-effective sources of protein in the grocery store. When meat prices increase, it provides an affordable alternative for many meals and snacks. Families looking to stretch their grocery budget often rely on it because a little goes a long way. Demand for peanut butter also tends to increase during periods of uncertainty. Whenever storms, inflation, or supply chain concerns make headlines, shoppers often grab extra jars because they know it stores well and requires no refrigeration before opening. Experienced shoppers don't wait for those moments. Instead, they replace each jar as it is used. That simple habit keeps the pantry prepared without creating unnecessary waste or panic buying. Storage is easy. Keep unopened jars in a cool, dry place away from direct sunlight. Rotate your supply by using the oldest jars first and replacing them during your normal grocery trips. Preparedness is often built through small, consistent habits rather than large purchases. Peanut butter earns the number 10 spot because it's affordable, nutritious, easy to store, and useful in countless everyday meals. But the next grocery item on our countdown is even more valuable. It's a basic ingredient found in kitchens around the world, stores exceptionally well, and gives smart families the flexibility to prepare dozens of inexpensive homemade meals. Number 9. Rice. At number 9 is one of the most important pantry staples any family can buy. Rice. For billions of people around the world, rice is more than just a side dish. It is the foundation of everyday meals. It is affordable, filling, easy to prepare, and incredibly versatile. That combination makes it one of the smartest grocery purchases you can make every week. A single bag of rice can create dozens of meals. Serve it with chicken, ground beef, beans, vegetables, eggs, or canned tuna. It can also be used in soups, casseroles, stir-fries, and homemade meal prep. Very few grocery items offer this much flexibility at such a low cost. Another reason smart families buy rice regularly is its excellent storage life. When kept in a cool, dry place and protected from moisture, white rice can remain in good condition for a very long time. That allows families to build a dependable pantry little by little instead of rushing to buy large amounts all at once. Rice is also one of the best foods for stretching a grocery budget. Adding rice to meals helps make smaller portions of meat feed more people. It creates filling dinners without dramatically increasing grocery costs. During times of rising food prices, this simple strategy can make a noticeable difference. Rice is also one of the first grocery items to disappear whenever shoppers become concerned about shortages. Because it is inexpensive, stores well, and can feed a family for days, demand often rises very quickly during periods of uncertainty. Smart families avoid joining the rush. Instead, they simply add one extra bag to their cart whenever prices are reasonable. Over time, those small purchases create a reliable pantry without placing pressure on the family budget. Rotation is easy. Use the oldest bag first. Replace it during your next grocery trip. That way your emergency supply becomes part of your normal routine instead of something that sits untouched. Rice earns the number 9 spot because it is affordable, stores exceptionally well, works with countless recipes, and remains one of the most dependable foods for both everyday meals and unexpected situations. But the next grocery item on our countdown is something many families use every single morning. It may seem ordinary, but experienced shoppers know it can become surprisingly expensive when supply conditions begin to change. Number 8. Oats. At number 8 is one of the healthiest and most budget-friendly foods in the grocery store. Oats. For many families, oats are much more than just a breakfast food. They are a reliable pantry staple that offers nutrition, versatility, and excellent value. A simple bowl of oatmeal can provide lasting energy to start the day. But oats can also be used in overnight oats, homemade granola, smoothies, muffins, cookies, pancakes, energy bars, and even as a binder in meatloaf and burgers. That flexibility makes them a smart purchase every single week. Another reason experienced shoppers choose oats is their impressive nutritional value. They are rich in fiber, contain important vitamins and minerals, and help keep you feeling full longer than many highly processed breakfast foods. That can reduce unnecessary snacking and help stretch the grocery budget. Oats also store extremely well. When kept in airtight containers in a cool, dry place, they can remain fresh for a long time. This allows families to build a practical pantry without worrying about frequent spoilage. Cost is another major advantage. Compared to many ready-to-eat breakfast cereals, oats often provide far more servings for the same amount of money. They are one of the most economical breakfast options available. Smart families also appreciate how easy oats are to prepare. Whether cooked on the stovetop, made in the microwave, or soaked overnight, they require very little time and pair well with fruit, peanut butter, cinnamon, honey, or yogurt. Because of their affordability and long shelf life, oats often become a popular item during periods of rising food prices. Rather than waiting until shelves begin to empty, experienced shoppers simply replace what they use during their normal grocery trips. This steady approach keeps the pantry stocked without creating unnecessary spending. Oats earn the number 8 spot because they are nutritious, affordable, easy to store, and incredibly versatile for both breakfasts and homemade recipes. But the next grocery item on our countdown is even more valuable. It's a simple ingredient that quietly forms the foundation of countless meals, and smart families make sure they always have enough on hand before heading to the checkout line. Number 7. Canned tomatoes. At number 7 is a pantry staple that smart families never overlook. Canned tomatoes. They may not seem exciting sitting on the grocery shelf, but they are one of the most versatile ingredients you can keep in your kitchen. Whether they're whole, diced, crushed, or made into tomato sauce, canned tomatoes become the foundation of countless homemade meals. They are used in pasta sauces, soups, chili, stews, casseroles, pizza sauce, tacos, rice dishes, and slow cooker recipes. One can completely transform a simple meal into something filling and flavorful. Another reason smart families buy canned tomatoes every week is reliability. Fresh tomatoes are seasonal and can spoil quickly. Canned tomatoes, on the other hand, stay ready to use whenever you need them. That means fewer trips to the grocery store and less food wasted in the refrigerator. They also offer excellent value. When fresh produce prices increase because of bad weather or transportation costs, canned tomatoes often remain one of the most affordable ways to add vegetables and rich flavor to homemade meals. Their long shelf life is another major advantage. Stored in a cool, dry pantry, canned tomatoes remain usable for years. That allows families to slowly build a dependable supply without rushing to buy large amounts all at once. Smart shoppers also know that homemade meals almost always cost less than restaurant meals or heavily processed convenience foods. Keeping canned tomatoes on hand makes it easier to prepare inexpensive dinners using pasta, rice, beans, or ground meat. During periods of supply chain disruptions or poor tomato harvests, canned tomato products often become more difficult to find because demand increases quickly. Experienced shoppers avoid the rush by simply replacing each can as they use it. That steady routine keeps the pantry prepared while avoiding unnecessary waste. Canned tomatoes earn the number 7 spot because they are affordable, versatile, store exceptionally well, and serve as the foundation for dozens of budget-friendly meals. But now we're moving into the top 6. The remaining grocery items are some of the most valuable foods smart families buy every single week, and the next one is a protein-packed staple that offers convenience, long shelf life, and incredible meal flexibility. Number 6. Canned tuna. At number 6 is one of the smartest sources of long-lasting protein you can keep in your pantry. Canned tuna. It may not be the most expensive item in your grocery cart, but it can easily become one of the most valuable. Canned tuna is rich in protein, requires no refrigeration before opening, and can be turned into a meal within minutes. That combination of convenience and nutrition is exactly why smart families buy it week after week. One can be used in sandwiches, salads, pasta dishes, rice bowls, casseroles, wraps, or simple emergency meals when there's little time to cook. It also pairs well with ingredients that many families already keep in the pantry, making it easy to prepare a filling meal without another trip to the grocery store. Another reason experienced shoppers choose canned tuna is its impressive shelf life. Stored in a cool, dry place, unopened cans remain usable for years. That allows families to slowly build a dependable food reserve while continuing to rotate through it during everyday meals. Canned tuna also helps control grocery costs. Fresh seafood can be expensive and has a short shelf life. Canned tuna offers a more affordable alternative that reduces waste while still providing high-quality protein. Many families also keep it on hand for busy days. When schedules become hectic, opening a can of tuna is much faster than preparing many other protein sources. That convenience often saves both time and money. Smart shoppers also know that canned tuna is one of the first protein items people begin buying when storms, supply chain problems, or other emergencies are expected. Instead of waiting until shelves are empty, they simply replace each can as it is used. Over time, that habit creates a reliable pantry without requiring large purchases. Rotation is simple. Use the oldest cans first. Replace them during your next grocery trip. That keeps your pantry fresh while ensuring you always have a dependable source of protein available. Canned tuna earns the number 6 spot because it is affordable, nutritious, easy to store, incredibly versatile, and one of the most practical emergency foods a family can own. But now we're entering the top 5. The remaining grocery items are the everyday essentials that experienced shoppers almost never allow themselves to run out of, and the next one is found in nearly every kitchen because it quietly supports hundreds of homemade recipes. Number 5. Wheat flour. We're now in the top 5. At number 5 is one of the most important ingredients in any kitchen. Wheat flour. Most people don't think much about flour. They think about what it becomes. Fresh bread, homemade pizza, pancakes, biscuits, cookies, muffins, cakes, and countless other meals that cost far less to make at home than to buy ready-made. That's exactly why smart families keep flour in their pantry every week. It gives them options. When grocery prices rise or takeout becomes too expensive, flour makes it possible to prepare filling meals using simple ingredients already at home. One bag can produce dozens of servings. That makes it one of the best values in the entire grocery store. Another advantage is flexibility. Flour works with yeast breads, quick breads, pie crusts, tortillas, homemade noodles, and many budget-friendly recipes that help stretch other ingredients further. Even a small amount of flour can transform leftovers into an entirely new meal. Smart families also appreciate its storage life. When kept in airtight containers in a cool, dry place, flour stays fresh much longer and is protected from moisture and pantry pests. Many households simply buy one new bag whenever they finish the previous one, ensuring they never unexpectedly run out. Flour can also reduce grocery spending. Instead of purchasing expensive bakery items, many families bake their own bread, muffins, or desserts at home for a fraction of the cost. Over the course of a year, those savings can become significant. Experienced shoppers also know that flour often disappears quickly whenever supply concerns begin making headlines. Rather than joining the rush, they maintain a steady supply through regular shopping habits. No panic buying. Just consistent preparation. Rotation is important. Use the oldest flour first. Replace it during your next grocery trip. That simple routine keeps your pantry fresh and ready for everyday cooking. Wheat flour earns the number 5 spot because it is affordable, incredibly versatile, stores well, and gives families the ability to prepare dozens of homemade meals while keeping grocery costs under control. But now we've reached the top 4. The remaining grocery items are the everyday essentials that smart families consider almost non-negotiable. And the next one is something nearly every household reaches for every single morning. Number 4. Coffee. At number 4 is something that millions of families include in their grocery cart every single week. Coffee. For many households, coffee is more than just a beverage. It's part of the daily routine. The day often begins with the sound of a coffee maker and the aroma of freshly brewed coffee filling the kitchen. Whether it's ground coffee, whole beans, or instant coffee, it's one of the most consistently purchased grocery items in the world. Smart families understand that buying coffee during regular grocery trips is usually the most economical approach. Waiting until the container is almost empty often means paying higher prices or settling for whatever is left on the shelf. Instead, experienced shoppers watch for sales and replace their supply before they actually need it. Coffee also stores well when kept in a cool, dry place. Unopened packages maintain their quality much longer than many fresh grocery items. Some families even freeze unopened bags or vacuum seal whole beans for extended freshness. Another reason coffee makes this list is cost control. A cup of homemade coffee costs only a fraction of what most cafes charge. Over weeks and months, preparing coffee at home instead of buying it on the way to work can save hundreds of dollars each year. Coffee is also one of the grocery items that can experience noticeable price swings. Harvest conditions, transportation costs, and global demand all influence what shoppers pay at the store. By purchasing it as part of a regular weekly routine, smart families are less likely to be caught off guard by sudden price increases. Keeping a small backup supply also means avoiding unnecessary trips to the grocery store just because the coffee container is empty. That saves both time and fuel while making everyday routines more convenient. Coffee earns the number 4 spot because it is a daily essential for millions of households, stores well, offers significant savings when prepared at home, and rewards families who shop consistently instead of waiting until the last minute. But now we're down to the top 3. The remaining grocery items are the staples that experienced shoppers almost never allow themselves to run out of, And the next one is a simple food that can become the foundation of dozens of inexpensive, filling meals. Number 3. Eggs. We're down to the final 3. At number 3 is one of the most versatile foods in the entire grocery store. Eggs. Few grocery items offer as much value as a carton of eggs. They can be served for breakfast, added to sandwiches, used in salads, mixed into fried rice, turned into omelets, or used in countless baking recipes. That versatility is one reason smart families make eggs a regular part of every weekly shopping trip. Eggs are also one of the most affordable sources of high-quality protein. A single carton can provide multiple meals while fitting into almost any grocery budget. When meat prices increase, many families naturally rely on eggs more often because they remain filling, nutritious, and easy to prepare. Another reason experienced shoppers prioritize eggs is convenience. Most egg-based meals can be prepared in just a few minutes. That helps reduce the temptation to order expensive takeout on busy evenings. Eggs also help reduce food waste. They pair well with vegetables that need to be used before they spoil. Leftover chicken, rice, cheese, or fresh herbs can all become part of a quick meal with just a few eggs. Smart families also watch prices carefully. Egg prices can change much faster than many other grocery items due to changes in production, feed costs, transportation expenses, and seasonal demand. Buying eggs as part of a consistent weekly routine helps families avoid last-minute shopping when prices may be higher. Because eggs are used so often, experienced shoppers also plan meals around them. Instead of wondering what to cook, they know they always have a reliable ingredient that works for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. While eggs are not a long-term storage food like canned goods or dry grains, they remain one of the most valuable fresh foods a family can buy every week. Eggs earn the number 3 spot because they are affordable, nutritious, incredibly versatile, and help families prepare quick, budget-friendly meals throughout the week. Only 2 grocery items remain. The next one is found in nearly every kitchen, used every single day, and many smart families make sure they never run out because it supports everything from breakfast to dinner. Number 2. Cheese. At number 2 is one of the most useful foods you can keep in your refrigerator. Cheese. It may seem like an ordinary grocery item, but smart families know it adds value to countless meals throughout the week. Cheese is incredibly versatile. It can be used in sandwiches, burgers, pasta dishes, homemade pizza, omelets, salads, soups, casseroles, and baked potatoes. Even a small amount can add flavor and protein to an otherwise simple meal. That versatility helps families create satisfying dinners without buying expensive ingredients. Another reason experienced shoppers buy cheese every week is convenience. There is almost no preparation required. Simply slice it, shred it, or melt it into a recipe. When schedules get busy, cheese makes it easy to prepare quick meals that are both filling and affordable. Cheese also helps reduce food waste. Small portions of leftover vegetables, chicken, rice, or pasta can easily be turned into an entirely new meal with the addition of cheese. Instead of throwing away leftovers, smart families find ways to make them more enjoyable. Buying cheese during weekly grocery trips also helps control costs. Many shoppers watch for discounts on larger blocks of cheese, which are often less expensive per ounce than pre-shredded varieties. After bringing them home, they divide them into smaller portions for everyday use. Some types of cheese can even be frozen for future meals, making them a practical option for families who like to stock up during sales. By purchasing cheese before they actually run out, experienced shoppers avoid paying higher prices during unexpected grocery trips. They simply replace what they use as part of their normal routine. Cheese earns the number 2 spot because it is versatile, convenient, budget-friendly, and helps transform simple ingredients into satisfying homemade meals. Now we've reached the number 1 grocery item. It's inexpensive, used almost every single day, stores exceptionally well, and smart families almost never leave the grocery store without it. Before we wrap up the countdown, here is the final section. Number 1. Bread. We've reached the number 1 grocery item smart families are buying every week. Bread. It may seem like the most ordinary item in the entire grocery store, But for millions of families, it's one of the most important. Bread is used for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and everything in between. It becomes toast in the morning, sandwiches at lunchtime, garlic bread with pasta, grilled cheese for a quick dinner, French toast on weekends, and breadcrumbs for countless homemade recipes. Very few grocery items are used as often as bread. Another reason smart families buy bread every week is flexibility. A single loaf can serve dozens of different meals depending on what is already available in the kitchen. Pair it with peanut butter, eggs, cheese, soup, deli meat, or simply butter and jam. Even when the refrigerator looks nearly empty, bread often makes it possible to prepare one more satisfying meal. Experienced shoppers also know how to reduce waste. Instead of allowing extra bread to go stale, many freeze an additional loaf. When needed, they simply thaw it or toast individual slices. That small habit means they always have bread available without making unnecessary trips to the grocery store. Buying bread during weekly grocery shopping also helps control spending. Rather than stopping at a convenience store and paying higher prices, smart families include it in their planned grocery budget. Many also watch for sales and purchase an extra loaf when prices are especially good. Bread may not last as long as canned goods or dry grains, but it remains one of the most practical everyday foods a family can keep on hand. It works with nearly every meal, fits almost every budget, and helps turn simple pantry ingredients into complete, satisfying meals. Bread earns the #1 spot because it is affordable, incredibly versatile, used almost every day, and remains one of the most dependable grocery staples for families everywhere. The smartest grocery shopping isn't about buying the most expensive foods. It's about choosing practical items that give your family flexibility, value, and peace of mind. Small habits matter. Buying one extra pantry staple, watching for sales, rotating your food, and planning meals around versatile ingredients can make a big difference over time. Preparedness doesn't happen in one shopping trip. It happens 1 week at a time. If you enjoyed this countdown, don't forget to subscribe to Prepper Pulse and turn on notifications. Every week, we share practical grocery strategies, pantry organization tips, and preparedness advice to help you save money and stay ready for whatever comes next. Thanks for watching. Stay prepared, and we'll see you in the next video.